aka Mr. Son. Never forget that. Well, thank you and welcome to my YouTube channel, Mega Opinions. I'm so excited about today, people. And you know why? Because today is the day we, meaning you and I, and the cameraman and the director over there, we launch. Welcome to the pilot episode of What's Hard, What's Not. You know, right now, sitting here facing the camera, I'm not as confident as I should be. Not about presenting the first episode of the show. No, I just said I was excited about it. I just said I'm excited about it, not that I was. And but it is the fact that today, the very first day the show airs, it comes to you with burning fire. The fire is burning, people. This is because I am starting with the news that last week, as reported by Premium Times Online, and I quote, that President Muhammad Buhari has directed the Nigerian National Petroleum Commission (NNPC) to extend its crude oil exploration to 6 basins in the country. Mr. Buhari gave the directive at Barambu town in the Alkaleri local government area of the Bauchi state on Saturday, while flagging off the commencement of drilling activities at Kolomani 2 oil well, Gongola Basin, Upper Benue Trough. And this can only mean one thing, that northeastern states like Bauchi and Gombe are now or about to officially become oil drilling states. And drilling in Benue state is going on, meaning they will continue, by the way, because this is not the first time drilling is attempted in that area. And this could be a game changer. This could be a good thing. It could be a game changer for Bauchi state, by the way, because Bauchi state is a salary-driven state. It is an administratively driven state. People always wait for their salary to come. So maybe now Governor M.A. Can finally have enough funds, assuming he doesn't, to finish the developmental projects he started working on like 2 or 3 years ago. And maybe Bauchi state can have a Burj Khalifa, and it can also have a Sauron looking tower of its own, just like the one in Saudi Arabia, being an oil-rich nation itself. On the flip side, instead of having an evil-looking government house or skyscrapers, these northern states might end up, or at least the drilling villages, might end up just like the fellow countrymen in Niger Delta, living in misery and squalor, caused by the oil drilling companies that come from abroad. Foreign direct investment. We're here to invest in your country so that we bring development to your people. Yeah, after you colonized us. Yeah. Nice move, people. You see, this is supposed to be a cause for celebration, rave and jubilation for the people of Bauchi State. And being a person from Bauchi State, and right now I'm recording this from Bauchi State, by the way. So, and in my living room. So yeah, it's my studio, right? So being a person from Bauchi State, this would be a cause for jubilation, celebration, and whatever. Maybe Bauchi State should have even organized a party to celebrate that. But is it really something people should celebrate? I'm not saying having an oil is a very bad thing, but I've heard, and if you read some books about oil, you will learn that oil is a curse for nations that are not strong, especially for a state like Bauchi that depends on Ndanga and committee to protect its people. You feel me? So what I'm saying here is that oil in this state of affairs could and most likely represent, it symbolizes a bleak future for those areas, meaning Bauchi and Gombe. Even if it doesn't affect the people living in the towns of Gombe, Bauchi, it will definitely affect the people living in Alkaleri. Most likely. I just said definitely, but I meant most likely. Although the president did say that he believes that oil contributes to the growth of the economy, and I agree with him. But then he went on to say that it contributes to the prosperity of the people. I turn around left and right, up and down, north, east, west, south, and I can't find any prosperity in the people. People are dying of hunger. Inflation is up. Education, the education system is as old as Osinbajo's or a helicopter that crashed. Yeah, I heard that he was given a new one. He's rich, you know. Maybe what the president meant by prosperity is a tiny boat behind the huge black pearl of poverty. I know I might sound pessimistic to people, but the fact is this. This is not the first time oil was discovered in Nigeria. It was first discovered in 1953. It was first discovered in 1953. And when it was discovered in 1953, well, if you look at it, 60 years after, nothing has changed. Except that Nigeria has become worse than it was. You know, when the colonialists came, they colonized Nigeria, and after colonizing it for about 70 years, they then say, okay, now we finally are going to give you independence. And in 1960, and that's because, you know, it was supported by the US and Russia and so on, bad people themselves. So after giving independence to Nigeria, things started dwindling. And then by 1963 and so on, within the next decade, there was a war, the Biafran War, and millions of people were killed. Why? Because of oil. Because of oil. The thing is, the state of the economy is poor, despite the positive growth as indicated by statistical reports. Even so, the growth is a very weak one for many reasons. One of the reasons being the fact that the growth is built on a massive debt, a very massive one. I remember the president of the AFDB, the African Development Bank, saying, Femi Adesina, saying that they saved the Nigerian economy, they brought Nigerian economy out of recession, and it's true because they borrowed to Nigeria a massive amount of money. So I don't see how that is an economy in a very good shape. Well, the government has managed to deceive the people that the economy is in a good state. But what is the meaning of having a good economy? Is it having growth? Is it having a positive growth and positive poverty? You know, it's like saying this guy is very healthy, but he is HIV positive. That is the exact state of the Nigerian economy, believe it or not. Nigerian people have not benefited from the oil. Instead, the states and the regions where the oil is drilled, mainly the villages, are suffering from it. In the Niger Delta, they cannot fish, nor can they farm. Is it going to be the case in Alkalari? You know, the fact that oil has been in Nigeria for more than 60 years and nothing has happened has people thinking, you know, we need change. And I agree with that, we need change. But the question is it going to be a change of a person in the office that keeps happening and coming with never fulfilled promises? Or is it going to be a change? Or is it going to be something larger and deeper? Meaning, is it going to be a change of a system? Is it going to be a change of the system that is causing it? Because clearly, we do not understand that a leader does not rule by his personality. A leader rules by a system. And this system is built on ideas and methods. These ideas and methods emerge, they emanate from a basis of thinking. So, if the basis of thinking is wrong in the way it defines life and everything else, the solutions it presents will definitely be wrong. So, I would put my bet and say yes to the second, that we need a change of a system. And that system is not capitalism. That system is definitely not capitalism, because inequality in Nigeria is massive. What the heck? It's not restricted to Nigeria, it's global. Just look at the Oxfam reports and you will see this. 1% of the rich people own more than 50% of the poor people, or it is 60%, and it keeps growing. By 2030, maybe we will be eating sticks. Yeah, it could be that. Yeah, the future is bleak, but I do not want to sound pessimistic to people. But this is just a fact, and we need to look at it very well. Does the discovery of oil in the northeast bode well for the people of Bauchi State and Gombe? Does it bode well for Nigeria itself? Because what we know from history and international politics is that the superpower is ready to go to war, dismantle nations, disrupt its stability for the sake of oil. This is what we are seeing in Venezuela right now. This is what we are seeing in Libya right now. This is what we are seeing in Somalia. This is what we are seeing in Afghanistan. Besides the fact that Afghanistan has more than oil, it has a lot of mineral resources that were discovered. This is what's happening all over the world. You know about wealth, self-interest, they don't have permanent friends or permanent enemies. They only have permanent interest. And if you go against their interest, people will go against you. When the going gets tough, the tough gets going. Is Nigeria tough enough to stand against this nation? Or rather, is Nigeria even attempting to protect its own interests, resources for the benefit of its people? This topic is up for discussion, by the way. You can leave a comment in the comment section, and I'll definitely reply. And I'll insert my email address so that we can keep in touch, and my WhatsApp phone number. Thank you for watching, everyone. I've got a great episode coming up to you, and it's on next week's presidential election. If you want to see it put into perspective, follow me on the next video, and your doubts will be clarified. See you. Bye.